Okay, we're recording. Anyway, it's Kim and Ben again. Kim's not feeling well, as I said in the other previous video. Yes, other previous. Makes perfect sense. Anyway, where do you want the video to be requested to be on?
I thought you already knew that. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, what do you want again?
That was abortion. I don't know your stance on it.
Okay, well...
No way a fetus can have more rights than me about my body. There's no way.
My thoughts on it are actually pretty simple. And this is coming from a scientific point of view. You look at well, okay, let's actually start with stem cell research, because this is a pretty misunderstood topic here. Stem cell research, most of the stem cells that are actually taken are actually implanted embryos that would normally be used but are actually ending up to be thrown out. In other words, people that can't have babies normally by normal insert outwards end up having a tube go in and then implant egg that's already been impregnated and put in there. But they usually end up with a lot of extras. Now what they do with these extras, they make stem cells, and that's what they study. So, okay, you got a culture beaker and you got stem cells in them that they could study, or they throw it in trash. You know, that's not a kid, guys. That's a couple of stem cells. You know, you never complained about them studying bacteria, did you? You know. I guess my stance on abortion. To me, within the first, I think it's 2 months, they're pretty much just cells. They're pretty much just cells within the first 2 months. And this is my personal point of view, is like they're just cells at that point in time, because they really aren't developed. Yes, you start to get a heart muscle, but really they're just cells that start acting like things. There really is no brain development. There really is nothing developed yet. After that, you go to 6 months, and then it should be kind of, I think personally, you've had some time, you might get it aboard, but it's like, really, guys, you know, don't. It's not as good, though. You should have made the choice by now. But for medical purposes only, you know, like, let's say you got a really bad problem, because after that they're starting to detect whether or not your egg's going to be, whether or not the baby's actually going to come out alive, or whether it's going to be harmful for the mother or for the child or whatever else. And at that point in time, you know, you kind of got to make the choice. Do I want a kid that's going to be deformed for the rest of its life or not? And people speak of like a baby that's barely developed as if it's truly alive. Well, bacteria is alive, guys. Bacteria is alive. But you don't see people complaining when they put the kill 99.9% bacteria on your hands. You know. At that point in time, it's just cells. It's developing. But once you hit past like 2 months and going 4 months and 6 months, then it's starting to become more alive. After 6 months, you should have made the decision by now. Have the damn kid. That's my personal stance on it. Because, I mean, then it's actually becoming a person at that point in time. Early on, in the earlier development, not so much. It's just a big pile of cells. You know. And honestly, I'd rather, just think about it, would you rather have a kid grow up in the household that is not suitable, that is not ready, that has parents that are fighting or not as financially set, not be able to be clothed or dealt with otherwise.
What about a child conceived by rape?
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, child conceived by rape. I mean, honestly, do you think that should be deserved? No, not really. Uh, then you also have.
Like, some Christians consider it like a gift if, like, a woman is given a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Abortion, because any time they're pregnant, that's considered a gift.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen some babies pop out. I wouldn't necessarily call that a gift. Yes, my facial expressions are quite interesting, Kim, but
I'll see them in a minute.
yeah, yeah, some of them are, the baby's popping out, and the mother's not looking very much like it's a gift, So, but yes, life is a great gift, and love is a great thing, and I think that child produced in a loving environment will not only turn out better, but it will be better off because of it, and it will not cause harm, and not cause harm to itself and to others because of itself being produced. And people say, "Oh, what if someone was aborted? What if some of these famous people were aborted?" Well,
what if Jesus was aborted?
Yeah, people say that one. Who said he even existed in the first place? Anyway, moving on. Do your research. Check it out, because there's some facts that just kind of come to light, and when you actually start researching it, you kind of wonder, is this made up? Makes sense. Mithra is a prime example. Look him up. Look up Mithra. Just trust me, you will find out some interesting things. Linking the two, Jesus and Mithra. Anyway, where was I at?
Second request?
Yes, your second request. What was that?
Sex before marriage?
Sex before marriage. Honestly, sex has changed since the ancient age. And even in the ancient age, sex was semi-okay. Here's the thing, with the ancient age, when you go way back to the caveman era, you had sex, you had a kid. Then you're stuck for life. Okay, so that's why sex before marriage was usually not so recommended. You think of cavemen, you think, ooh, caveman, go have girl, carry girl to cave, have sex with girl, kick girl out.
Hey!
But no, it's actually was more the sexual thing was more actually a tribal environment. Cavemen were more in a tribal environment where you had sex, you had a kid. You would usually be bound to that person. You would have that person in your life pretty much from then on. So that's why sex before marriage was usually not recommended. Now, once you get into the ancient age, you start to figure out forms of contraception. Egyptians came up with things. You even got people that are using pig and other animal intestines as condoms. I'm not even joking there. Ancient condoms. I'm serious. Tie off the end and strap it on them. There you go, boys. Have yourselves a good time. But sex has changed, essentially. Although I think you shouldn't have sex unless you actually love the person. It's just kind of a personal thing, but I'm not going to tell you otherwise, and I'm not going to force you down. Otherwise, I'm not going to say that, hey, you do something, you're going to be a slut for this. It's a natural thing. It's completely natural. It's a beautiful thing. And why confine it to these limitations? I don't quite understand. So what was your other one then?
Infidelity versus polyamory?
Oh, infidelity versus polyamory. Well, Polyamorous relationship is one that is agreed on by all people in relationship. Although it's not necessarily my cup of tea.
Neither is mine.
You know, for me, if the people agree, hey, let's do this. I'm okay if you go out and you're in a relationship with this person while I'm in this relationship. You know, I think that's okay because the people are being obviously mature enough to do this, to be in this relationship, and they're not going behind their back. They're letting them know, because I mean, usually people are in a polyamorous relationship, and this comes from people I've talked or that I talked to or have listened to at least. They get in this relationship and they have no problem with it. They have no feelings based on the polyamorous system, but they agree that hey, this is okay for you and me to do. Where infidelity is okay, we're getting married or we're in a relationship, and you and I are the only ones that are really going to be kicking the nasties. But then someone decides, hey, let's do this anyway. It's going behind the back. It's lying. It's not being honest about things. You know, you got to be honest about things in a relationship. It's very important. The communication factor. And when you don't tell someone, and they are okay with that, then it's cruel and it's going behind someone's back and it's hurting someone very deeply. Where with polyamorous, no one's really being hurt. They're all agreeing that, hey, this is okay. You know, you can do with this person, but not this person, you know, sort of thing. So that's, I guess, where I see polyamorous versus infidelity. And that's where I stand on it. Anything you want to say about it?
Infidelity bad.
Yes, I get the feeling that if I was to become infidel.
Polyamory good for whoever wants it, I guess. People let them do what they want to do. They want abortion and sex before marriage. If they want to do it, yeah. There's a good analogy, like saying someone getting abortion is against your religion is like yelling at someone for eating a donut when you're on a diet.
Good one.
I found that on Tumblr.
I love Tumblr. Yes. So, I'm going to have to remember that one. Thank you. But, yeah. An infidelity, bad. You lying. Going behind someone's back. I'll find you. Anyway, I guess if there's nothing else that needs to be said, Kim?
No.
Alright, like I always say, keep it real, keep it living. Don't get yourself scared out there. You have anything to say?
Hi.
Okay, hi. Bye.